Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Blue Golf Ball here today with another Pokemon TCG online video, and today I have for you guys a White Kyurem EX deck, the 180 HP Dragon type Pokemon with Dragon Stream and Ice Burn. The attack that we want to focus on is Ice Burn. You can discard you have to discard 2 Fire Energy cards attached to this Pokemon, and the defending Pokemon is also burned, so that's actually really good. And I'm going to tell you guys why we're building a deck around this card. Of course, you guys already know I already have a White Kyurem EX deck from Boundaries Crossed, which is also reprinted in Legendary Treasures. Let's see, I had this deck, I think, a few months back. So this is before Roaring Skies, and of course before Primal Clash. And so since then, we've had a lot of new cards added to the current format, and a lot of cards that make White Kyurem a little bit better. And I'll show you guys why. Now, we are weak to the Dragon type, and I'll show you guys why this isn't too big of a problem. And then also, we do have the Retreat, and I'll show you guys why this also isn't too big of a problem. So I got 5 cards that can show you guys why White Kyurem, this 4 energy cost is not a big deal. This 2 energy discard is not a big deal. This Dragon weakness is not a big deal. And this 3 energy retreat cost is not a big deal. 5 cards. All right, and number 1 is Hydreigon, right? We got 2 of these in the deck. If you have 2 in play, technically, right, 2 in play, your White Kyurem EX has free retreat, right? If there's any stadium card in play, of course you need a stadium card. Retreat cost of each of your Dragon Pokemon in play is 2 less. Pretty sweet. And if we do face against a Power Roar, we could technically shred him, and we'll do 80 with the Muscle Man. We can hit for 100. That could work. I'll show you guys what I have for a real tech over here. Right here, Rayquaza was reprinted in Legendary Treasure. This is from way back in Dragons Exalted, or actually was it the other Dragon set? I forgot. But it's got the attack Shred. This attack isn't affected by any effects of the defending Pokemon, meaning we can take care of Suicune, Sigilyph, and Pyroar with this Rayquaza. And again, the free retreat would work as well. Now, card number 2 that makes White Kyurem a little bit more viable is Reshiram, particularly Reshiram. Once during your turn before your attack, if this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, you may attach a Fire Energy from your hand onto your Dragon Pokemon. Wow, this is great. And it's also got free retreat, but with again with Hydreigon, it's got free retreat. We are weak to Fairy, so it's got a different weakness here. It's kind of cool. And okay, so we got a couple things covered, right? Discarding 2 energies, we're able to energy accelerate a little bit faster with the Reshiram, and we also have the free retreat with the Hydreigon. Now, with the weakness here, I'll show you guys why this card is a little bit better. So that's 2 cards out of the 5, and here's the 3rd card that's already been here before, is Crystal Edge. If you play this on the White Kyurem, it does 50 more damage, meaning that your White Kyurem is actually hitting for 200. This is basically the same thing as kind of like a G-Booster, but not as strong, right? G-Booster goes through everything, meaning it can go through Pyroar, it can go through Sigilyph. But more or less, with the Crystal Edge, it's basically like a Black Kyurem, Black Ballista, -1 energy, right? So you're only discarding 2 instead, and you are burning the defending Pokemon. So if you're up against a Mega Pokemon, they will survive the turn. You hit them for 200, and they are burned. So yeah. Okay. Now, what else makes this a lot better? Well, it's this guy right here, the Double Dragon Energy. You can play this, you can put 4 of them into your deck, and this boosts up the acceleration ridiculously fast, right? So with Reshiram, you can play him in the active spot, play an energy down, play a switch, whatever. Right, and you can get this going pretty good, right? I mean, if you have 2 Reshirams, right, you have 1 in the active spot, you use the ability Turboblaze, get an energy down, and then play a switch to the other Reshiram, Turboblaze, get an energy down, and then get the retreat into the White Kyurem, and then play the Double Dragon Energy. You can virtually, if you have 2 Fire and a Double Dragon Energy in your hand with a switch and 2 Reshirams and 1 White Kyurem, and a Hydreigon. Okay, fine. All right, fine. I'm asking for a lot. But if you can dream big, and you can think, wow, you can get a turn 1 Ice Burn with 2 Reshirams and yada, yada, yada. Okay, that's pretty cool, right? Pretty cool? No? All right, fine. I'm not buying anyone here. No one's convinced. But we do have Shaman here. Good old Shaman set up and Sky Return. 1 retreat cost, 110 HP. Drawing 2 more cards until you have 6. So that's it for the Pokemon. Only 10 Pokemon, all basics. And Yeah, I mean, it works. I think it works. You know, you have the double dragon energies and the flexibility to do certain things. Um, But anyways, on to the item cards and whatnot. We have energy retrieval. 2 of these, since we're going to be discarding a lot of energies with the dragon attack. What do you call it? We have Professor's Letter, one of these to get the energies into our hand. Got 3 switches. We want the flexibility and fluidity to be able to move around interchangeably, especially with special conditions, poison, paralysis, things like that. We got the Trainer's Mail, 4 of these. Ultra Ball, 3 of these to get the Pokemon into our hand. 4 VS Seekers, gotta play a lot of these VS Seekers here. Got Colress, Lysander, and 3 of these. 1 Professor Birch's Observation, 3 Junipers, and 1 Skyla. The Skyla in particular can get your Crystal Edge and makes it a little bit more consistent. We do have a Mountain Ring here in case we want to prevent damage to our bench Pokemon. I thought I'd just throw it in. It's pretty nice. It's a good card. We do have the Scorched Earth, so we can discard our Fire Energies and draw into some more cards. And we can always get the Fire Energies back if we have the... what do you call it? The energy retrieval. And then Shadow Circle. So this is the last card, right? This is the reason why, oops, not right here. It makes it a little more viable. If you have the double dragon energy, your weakness is gone with the combination of Shadow Circle. Each Pokemon with that has any darkness energy attached to it, both yours and your opponent, has no weakness. So if you're facing against another dragon type Pokemon and you know, you have Shadow Circle and you have the dragon energy, you have no weakness. Of course, there's huge flaws to it. They can counter the stadium. They can use Enhance Hammer. But come on, get with the program here. We're trying to make believe and run with it as far as you can. 3 muscle bands. Why the muscle bands? Well, you can play a muscle band here. You can do 170. That knocks out a good majority of EX Pokemon. Or you can play a muscle band here on the Rayquaza and take out a Pyroar, perhaps. Anyways, with 8 of these fire energies, and then we got 2 water energies, and then the 4 dragon energies. Wow, this is probably the longest deck analysis I had so far. I'm not sure. It's been almost about 7 minutes. Anyways, that's it for the deck. Let's go ahead and see this deck in action on Pokemon TCG Online. Alright, and we'll be playing against Steam Pin. I think that's how you pronounce it, Steam Pin. Anyways, we're going to start off with our High Dragon here, and look at that. We have 3 stadiums. Multiple choices here, huh? Alright, so we will be going second, and this is not a really good start for going second. Now, the best scenario to go second would be if we had a number of different cards. Ideally, if we were to start with the, what do you call it? Well, let's go with this. We'll activate the stadium. If we start off with the Reshiram, that would be the best start, but oh my goodness, I just can't get anything right now. And I'm going to play the Fire Energy on the High Dragon in case if we can't, in case we need a retreat. And okay, looks like that's it. Wow, what an awful hand. In the next turn, we should be able to shred and hit the Xerneas for 80. That'd be a 2-hit knockout on this guy, but that's a really awful start for going second. My opponent was able to get the Wigglytuff in the turn 2, and we even see a DCE over here. My opponent goes for a Skyla. I'm assuming my opponent's going to counter the stadium, and there it is. There's a Fairy Garden, so that would be countering our stadium. That's fine with me. All I needed that stadium was to discard this Fire Energy and draw into some more cards, which we did. And my opponent goes for a Geomancy, getting 1 more card here. We can see a Hocus Pincus, and says the defending Pokemon can attack during your opponent's next turn. Well, that's not too big of a deal since you know, we always have the flexibility of free retreat. And we'll go for heads. We actually were able to flip heads that time. And man, that's a terrible hand. I'm going to go for the Shred. Hit for 80, and that's it. So in the next turn, my opponent's probably going to retreat into the Wigglytuff, and that's okay. So we'll probably go for the Skyla here, maybe discard a couple of these guys over here, get out an Ultra Ball. We can always via Secret support it back to our hand, and that way we can get the Reshiram going. So if we do that, we're looking pretty good. So if only this Rayquaza was to retreat, what I could have done was probably retreat, but we are weak to Fairy right now, so my opponent can hit us for 160. It's gonna be quite a bit, and there it is. There's the 160. We do get the Ultra Ball, and so in that case, we can actually get a secret for the Birch. I don't want to play a Juniper. Let's go ahead. We'll get rid of the Skyla and the Lysander, I think. And this way we can go for perhaps Yeah, let's go for the. Let's just go for this guy. This is looking pretty good. We'll just do this right there. And let's go for the birch. And we flip tails. Alright, so let's see. Well, what we can do is we can counter the stadium. But you know what? I don't actually mind the stadium. We have free retreat right now. So what I'm going to do instead is we'll discard this. Let's get out the shaman. And I'll even play the muscle band here. Let's get the shaman. And look at that. Perfect. Alright, so we will retreat into... Got the free retreat here, so we got free retreat. Alright. And then we'll counter the stadium. There we go. My opponent won't have free retreat anymore. Let's go ahead. We'll use the Turboblaze. Get this on here. We even get another muscle band, but that's alright. And we'll switch into here. And let's go with the Dragon Stream. And for 80. And we flip heads. Look at that. We even got the fire energy here as well. So in the next turn, we're going to play another fire energy. And we should be on our way to start hitting for 170. Both the Xerneas and the Wigglytuff is damaged. The problem here is that if we're going to try to retreat, we're still going to burn one energy, and we're going to use Hydreigon to retreat. Oh, my opponent even goes for a Zero Sick. So, we'll get a hit with a Hocus Pocus. We won't be able to attack, but that's okay. At the very least, we can still retreat. And so my opponent's going to go for a VS Seeker, probably for the Zero Sick again, or could go for the Skyla. And nope, it's going to go for the Zero Sick, getting rid of the energy from the Hydreigon here. We get hit for 60. And I'm very tempted to just finish this guy off, so let's just do that. We'll play this right here, and might as well play this right there. So let's go for the Juniper. We're able to top deck that. That's beautiful. And we even got this here. Ooh, look at that. Crystal Edge. I'm going to pick that up, that's for sure. And, let's just retreat. And we'll bring our Hydreigon out here, and we'll hit the Shred. Taking care of this Wigglytuff. There's nothing my opponent can actually attack with. So we burned only one energy. That's pretty solid. We should still have at least 2 more double dragon energies we can use. My opponent still has that... what do you call it? Oh, my opponent opts to play the Pokemon Center Lady instead. That's pretty interesting. And here we see an energy drop. My opponent doesn't have any other Pokemon on the side of the field. So what I'm going to do for sure is I'm going to try to attempt to get a knockout here with the White Kyurem. Now, what I really need is a double dragon energy. Playing the N isn't the most optimal thing to do. However, what I can do is probably VS Seeker for the Juniper. That way we can, at the very least, dig into our deck and try to get that double dragon energy. We'll have the retreat. You can pay the retreat cost right here. How did you retreat for 1 energy? Hydreigon's ability, right? So Hydreigon's ability allows me to retreat 2 less. So I only paid for 1 energy to retreat. And so my opponent was wondering about that. And in the next turn, what we can do is try to recover this Hydreigon. We could discard the Ultra Ball and stuff, but I might play the Ultra Ball to discard and get another White Kyurem out, and that way we can use this Crystal Edge. And the likelihood of this guy knocking out, I think, would be just fine. We should have at least 2 more Hydreigons in the deck, if not at least 1, unless both of them are prized. But that's it. My opponent passes the turn. So let's just go ahead and clean house a little bit. Let's go with that. I'm going to discard these guys right here. Let's bring out this White Kyurem. We still have 1 more Hydreigon, so that's really good. And alright, so let's go for that Juniper. We need to get that double dragon energy and see if we can knock him out, and we do. So it's going to be GG. I'm going to retreat this energy here, and I'll let my opponent know, GG, that was a good game. And let's just go for the Ice Burn, hitting for 170, more than enough to knock out that Xerneas. And my opponent does not have any other Pokemon on his bench to recover from that, and that's it for the game. No Aromateas showing up there, and we're able to take the win. So yeah, you can see there's some good chemistry in this deck, especially with Reshiram and the Fire Energy. I think this could definitely work out for you guys. But you know what? Let's go ahead. We'll play another match, I think, and see what we can do with a battle, another battle here. So hey, look at that! We even got a booster pack. I'll take that. It's pretty cool. And let's go ahead and see this deck in action on Pokemon TCG Online. Alright, and we're going to be playing against Huju Puju. It's a Psychic and colorless deck. You can see right here my opponent has the Psychic sleeves. I'm expecting to see Psychic Pokemon with maybe Shaman EX to do setup. That's my assumption. We start off with, oh my goodness, the Zubat, and I'm guessing this could be a Wobbuffet Crobat deck with a bunch of bats. My opponent plays a energy drop here on the Zubat. Could see a skill dive in the next turn, or we could see a retreat from that, since this is not the Zubat with the free retreat, the 40 HP one from Plasma Storm. We see a Skyla could go for the Ultra Ball, perhaps get another Zubat going onto the bench, or maybe even an Ultra Ball for a Shaman, drawing some more cards, something like that. And my opponent goes for a Juniper, never mind. We'll just end my opponent anyway. Let's go ahead and go with this right here, and hey, we got the Ultra Ball. That's pretty solid. We'll take that. Let's go with this right here. We do get the Lysander. I don't need to play that, actually. That's fine with me. So, if anything, we could just discard it, since we have VS Seekers, and I think I'm going to do that. Let's go ahead. We'll just discard these guys, and I'm going to go with the Shaman here, and maybe we'll just play the energy right there, drop right there, draw 4 more cards. We do have the free retreat, so that's always really good. So let's go ahead. Oh man, we need that stadium. Alright, so I'm going to go and grab the N right now, and then we can play N, get some more cards. We don't have a stadium still, and that is a huge bummer. I really want to get the Reshiram in the active spot. If we were able to draw a stadium here, we would have retreated, pay the retreat costs, and you know, not have missed the beat with the energy drop. But you know, it is what it is. So we'll just end the turn there. We do have an N. We end my opponent, and my opponent didn't play well. Ideally, I think it would have been nice if my opponent played a Juniper, and my opponent plays Juniper anyways, and there's 2 energies, a Starling Megaphone and an Espeon. We see the Zubat here and MUEX. So this very well could have been, with no Shaman, it could have been an Eevee with the Espeon line, right? Eevee, Espeon, Psychic, and then a bunch of bats. My opponent plays another energy drop here. It's a little peculiar. I'm wondering about that. Oh, never mind. My opponent takes it back, places it on the MUEX. And we could get hit for a skill dive, could see a free retreat. We could see something like a Dimension Valley plus Muscle Band, and you know, see a Sky Return for 30. Something like that can definitely happen in the next turn. What I'm going to do, I don't exactly want to play any energies right now. Ideally, I want to get the energy drops on something else. My opponent hits us for a skill dive, and we could actually knock out the Zubat. You know, I'm going to do that. Might as well play the N. And what do you know? There's everything we need right here, and I'm just going to go for a Shred, hit for 80, knocking out the Zubat, taking the first prize. Why the heck not? And the Mew EX here can still copy a number of different things. We see a Zubat right there. Oh, this is the one with the free flight. My opponent even has a Gengar EX over there, so lucky for us. We have the Lysander in hand, as well as 2 VS Seekers, which can bring out the Gengar. But we really need to power up our White Kyurem EX on the bench. Ooh, we see an energy drop right there. We could get hit for a Dark Corridor right now, and that would hurt us. Lucky for us, we do have free retreat, since we have 2 High Dragons out here, which can stack the free retreat costs. And there it is. There is a Dark Corridor, and that's about it. So what we're going to do is, let's go ahead. We'll retreat into here. I'm going to counter the stadium. And what I really need is, I'm going to play the Colress. Alright, so perfect. Let's use the energy drop right here. Put that right there. I'll even play this right here. And we'll go with... I want to save that last spot for another Reshiram. And someone sent me a private offer. That's great. Alright, so now let's go for that switch. This is pretty nice. Pretty solid. I'm going to go with the Dragon Stream, and even if we flip heads, there's no energies in the discard pile anyways. And we'll take another prize there. Again, we have free retreat. Even if we get hit with a Dark Corridor, we can just retreat into, per se, maybe the High Dragon, or probably the Reshiram. I don't know. And a rare candy. Wow, here is a Night Sight Crobat with Ultra Toxic. My opponent even plays a 0-6, getting rid of the double Dragon energy, playing the supporter for the turn. We still have one more White Kyurem. If I discard this one, I'm not feeling too bad about it. My opponent even plays another energy on the Mew EX to do a Dark Corridor. We get hit for 60, and sure, why the heck not? Alright, so here's what we need to do for sure. I'm going to retreat, get rid of the poison damage, use the ability, play it onto here. I'm going to play the Double Dragon energy on here, and then we're going to have to go with the Juniper. I might as well play it here, why not? I need to get that switch, and yes, we got a switch right here. And question is, well, yeah, we can actually knock this guy out right here. We can knock out the Crobat, and we got 2 switches here as well. So This is looking pretty healthy for us. I could just go with the High Dragon and hit the Crobat for 80. That's actually an option there. Let's go with this. And we do get a Muscle Band. That's actually kind of cool. So we can actually hit the Crobat for 100. And I'm going to preserve the White Kyurem because I can get the Lysander. Since we have 2 Lysanders in there, we've got a VS Seeker in our hand. And let's go ahead and play the switch here. Let's just go with the Shred, hit for 100. And put the Crobat onto 30. My opponent can hit us, but won't be able to knock us out. Again, we have free retreat. And so I'll just retreat and then play via Seeker, bring out the Mew, take him out, and then eventually take out the Crobat as well. So my opponent's got a couple options that he can still do, even though this looks pretty grim. We see an energy drop on the Gengar EX. And so... You know what? We might just take out the Gengar EX. If we do that, my opponent can still copy the Ultra Toxic Fang from the Crobat. So the Mew EX is still very dangerous. Even if we Lysander out the Gengar, we're going to have to deal with the Mew EX still, being able to copy the Ultra Toxic Fang. So, we even see a Lysander brings out the White Kyurem, and that's okay with me, really. We can just, retreat and switch again, get rid of the poison damage. But we will be heavily hurt, definitely. There we go, we get hit for 60 poison damage, so here we go. Let's just go with the retreat. And we'll go into here, and then we will... There's no energy, so we can't really energy accelerate. Unless, of course, I play a Colress, which I'm reluctant to do that. Let's see here, how many VS Seekers? We already got one, only one in the discard pile, meaning we still have at least one more. But... I want to get rid of this Mew. This Mew has got to go down at the very least. So, could go for the Colress right now. Go Colress for 7. But, getting rid of that Mew is probably our best bet right now. So let's go ahead. We're just going to do that. And I'm play a switch right here. And we'll go with the Ice Burn. Taking out the Mew. 170. That's an overkill, but that's alright with me. And there it is. And the Crobat can definitely be next. The Crobat's helping my opponent draw into some more cards. My opponent will need an energy drop plus the Dimension Valley to hit us for a Dark Corridor. And definitely that would be a knockout on the White Kyurem. There it is. There's the Dimension Valley. So if my opponent switches into the Crobat, I'll just bring out the Hydreigon. We'll knock out the Crobat. And it would be a little bit short, but... we do have a lot of options for us. We have the Crystal Edge right here. 21 cards left in our deck. We could go either way with the Professor Birch or with the Juniper. But I'll probably just bring out... I don't know. I'm not too sure, actually. If I want to bring out another White Kyurem EX. But looks like my opponent's going all out here with a Muscle Band on the Gengar. Ooh, this is a all-out Psychic deck. We're seeing a little bit of Psychic of everything. And my opponent hits us. We'll be switching into the Crobat. Let's just promote. We're going to promote the Reshiram since we have the free retreat. Ideally, what I'd like is... 2 of our switches are already gone. So we play one... Well, all 3 switches are done. Oh, dang, that's a bummer. I'm going to undo that. I think 1 Reshiram is good enough for now. And we'll counter the Stadium. We'll play this right here. And let's go ahead. We'll get rid of... let's just go with this. We do get another White Kyurem that we can play. That might not be too necessary. Could go with their Quaza. I'm just going to go with White Kyurem. Why not? And let's go with the Juniper. And there it is. We don't get a... let's see here. We can still attack with this guy. But for now, let's just Turboblaze. Get this going here. Get that going there. And, alright, so we'll retreat. And let's go with the Shred. Taking out the Crobat, and so we should be able to take out the Gengar. Even if my opponent plays a start on the Megaphone, we have a Muscle Band that can take out both the Chandelure and the Gengar EX. Since we're doing 150 plus 20 from the Muscle Band, that'll be a knockout on both. So we still have this Crystal Edge here, can hit for 200. My opponent playing the energy here and ignoring the Mountain Ring. So we get hit for 80, that's going to be a knockout. And let's go ahead, we'll promote the Reshiram. This is working right into our hands. And it's going to be GG's Turboblaze right there. And might as well play that right here. And that's about it. Let's just retreat. And we'll take this guy out. Ice Burn, hit for 200. And GG it is. I didn't get to say that to my opponent. GG. There you go. Hey, there we go, sir. GG to you. And look at that. 730 damage. We outputted 200 right at the last attack right there. Taking all 6 prizes. Hydreigon was the MVP. What? What? No way. Anyways, hey, this was a pretty fun deck. I really enjoyed playing it, and there's some really nice synergy. It adds a little bit of a difference here. If you're playing with just the Mega Rayquaza EX, the Dragon Mega Rayquaza, you're going to be weak to Fairy, and so it adds a little bit of difference there. Of course, if you're running into other Dragon decks, you're kind of weak against them too with White Kyurem. And yeah, but anyways, hey, it was a fun deck. So if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. If you are a returning subscriber, thanks for watching the video and continuing supporting this channel and its content. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.